Seniors, your memory is fading without this one food in your diet. What your doctor won't tell you. Did you know that nearly 1 in 9 people aged 65 and older in the US is living with Alzheimer's disease right now? That's not just a scary number, it's a warning. According to a 2023 Alzheimer's Association report, over 6.7 million seniors are already affected, and that number is expected to nearly double by 2050 if we don't change something fast. And here's the most frightening part. Memory loss doesn't start when we forget names or miss doctor appointments. It begins silently, decades earlier, often triggered by chronic inflammation, nutrient deficiencies, and slow cell damage we can't even feel until it's too late. But what if the solution wasn't buried in a prescription bottle or complicated medical routine? What if it was sitting on your plate, or more accurately, missing from it? Scientists are now discovering that what we eat may have more influence on brain aging than our genes. Yes, food, real, natural food, can actually fight back against memory decline. In fact, a growing body of research has pinpointed specific nutrients that shield brain cells, spark regeneration, and even reverse the early stages of cognitive decline. And there's one food in particular, sitting at number 1 on this list, that may be the single most powerful weapon against dementia. In fact, a recent 2022 clinical study showed it can improve memory recall in older adults by up to 48% in just 12 weeks. That's not just impressive, it's life-changing. Before we begin, let us know in the comments below where you're watching from, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Now, without any further ado, let's get started. Number 9. Pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds might be one of the most underrated brain boosters hiding in your kitchen cabinet. These little green seeds are absolutely packed with magnesium, iron, zinc, and copper, all of which are crucial for brain function. Magnesium is especially important for seniors because it helps regulate nerve signals in the brain. Low magnesium levels have been linked to neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, and studies show that as many as 50% of older adults may be deficient without even realizing it. Zinc, on the other hand, supports communication between brain cells and helps reduce oxidative stress, which is a fancy way of saying it fights the toxic waste your brain produces as it ages. In a study published in the journal Nutrients, researchers found that adults who consumed magnesium-rich foods like pumpkin seeds had 13% better memory retention over 6 months compared to those who didn't. That's a noticeable improvement, especially if you're starting to forget where you put your keys more often than usual. To get the most out of pumpkin seeds, it's best to eat them raw or lightly toasted. Roasting at high temperatures can destroy the delicate oils that make them so beneficial. Try sprinkling a handful into your morning oatmeal, blending them into a smoothie, or even mixing them into homemade granola. They're crunchy, satisfying, and brain protective all at once. And for those who struggle with chewing or digestion, soaking them in water overnight can soften them and improve nutrient absorption. Number 8. Red grapes. Red grapes, especially those with seeds and skin, are nature's secret weapon against aging brains. They contain a powerful antioxidant called resveratrol, which has been shown to reduce inflammation and slow the progression of cognitive decline. Resveratrol works by protecting the hippocampus, which is the part of the brain responsible for memory and learning. As we get older, this part of the brain tends to shrink and become less active, but red grapes have been found to preserve its function. A 2020 study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that seniors who consumed resveratrol supplements daily for 26 weeks showed significant improvement in verbal memory and brain connectivity compared to the placebo group. That means they could recall words faster and had better communication between different brain regions. To tap into this benefit, eat red grapes whole with the skin and seeds. That's where most of the resveratrol lies. Juices and grape-flavored snacks won't cut it. They are often stripped of nutrients and loaded with sugar. Try freezing them for a sweet, cooling snack, or slice them into a spinach salad with walnuts and a splash of olive oil for a memory-boosting lunch. Number 7. Avocados. Creamy, delicious, and packed with healthy fats, avocados are one of the best foods to keep your brain cells flexible and firing. Unlike saturated fats, which clog up blood vessels and slow down oxygen flow to the brain, The monounsaturated fats in avocados actually improve blood flow and nourish brain tissue. These fats help build myelin, the protective sheath around neurons that keeps messages moving smoothly through the brain. But that's not all. Avocados are also rich in lutein, which is a plant pigment better known for supporting eye health. But recent studies show it plays a surprising role in cognitive performance. In a 2017 randomized controlled trial, researchers gave older adults one avocado per day for 6 months. By the end, participants showed 25% better memory recall and attention span than the control group. For the best benefits, eat avocados raw. Spread them on whole grain toast, mash them into guacamole with garlic and lime, or dice them into a salad with tomatoes and cucumbers. Avoid cooking them at high heat, as it can destroy their delicate fats and reduce their brain-boosting power. Number 6. Broccoli. This humble green veggie is far more than just a side dish. Broccoli is a powerful memory protector because it's rich in compounds called glucosinolates, which help the brain clear out harmful waste and fight inflammation. It also contains a heavy dose of vitamin K, which is a nutrient critical for forming sphingolipids, which are special fats packed into brain cell membranes. These fats keep your neurons stable and efficient. In a long-term observational study published in Neurology, adults who consumed high amounts of cruciferous vegetables like broccoli had a 38% slower rate of cognitive decline compared to those who ate the least. That's an incredibly strong defense against memory loss, and all from a vegetable that costs less than $1 a serving. To preserve the powerful nutrients in broccoli, steam it lightly rather than boiling it to mush. You can also roast it at low temperatures with olive oil and garlic, or chop it finely and toss it into soups or omelets. For an extra kick, add lemon juice or vinegar to activate even more brain-boosting antioxidants. Number 5. Eggs. For years, eggs got a bad reputation because of their cholesterol content, but science has finally redeemed them, especially when it comes to brain health. Eggs are one of the richest sources of choline, which is a vitamin-like nutrient that your brain uses to create acetylcholine, which is a neurotransmitter essential for memory and learning. Seniors with low choline levels often report foggy thinking and poor short-term memory, and studies now show this may be reversible. In a 2016 study involving nearly 1,400 seniors, those with the highest choline intake performed significantly better on verbal memory tests than those with the lowest intake. And the best part, just one egg contains about 147 milligrams of choline, getting you well on your way toward the daily recommendation. For maximum memory support, eat your eggs boiled, poached, or scrambled gently in olive oil. High heat frying with processed oils can damage the yolk's delicate nutrients. And don't skip the yolk. That's where most of the choline and brain-supporting nutrients are found. Combine eggs with spinach, mushrooms, or avocado to pack even more brain-friendly power into your breakfast. Number 4. Blueberries. Blueberries might be small, but when it comes to brain health, they're a giant force of nature. These dark blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, which is a group of powerful antioxidants that cross the blood-brain barrier and directly reduce inflammation in brain tissue. This is incredibly important because chronic inflammation is a key factor behind neurodegeneration, the process that leads to memory loss and diseases like Alzheimer's. Anthocyanins also help by improving communication between neurons, making it easier for your brain to store and retrieve information. In a 2021 randomized controlled trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults who consumed freeze-dried blueberry powder daily for 12 weeks showed a 72% improvement in executive function, which includes planning, focusing, and short-term memory. That's a massive boost just from one simple fruit. To get the most brain benefits, eat blueberries fresh or frozen. Avoid sugary muffins or jams, which can spike blood sugar and actually hurt your memory over time. Blend blueberries into a smoothie with almond milk and chia seeds, or eat a small bowl of them with some plain yogurt for a snack that's sweet, creamy, and memory-enhancing all at once. You can also toss them into salads or even cook them gently into oatmeal. Just avoid boiling them, as high heat can reduce their anthocyanin content. Number 3. Walnuts. Out of all the nuts available, walnuts stand out as the most brain-friendly. And it's not just because they look like little brains, it's because they're filled with alpha-linolenic acid, which is a type of plant-based omega-3 fat that is essential for keeping your neurons well lubricated and functioning smoothly. Omega-3 fats are key components of the brain's structure, and as we age, we tend to produce and retain less of them. That's a big problem because without enough omega-3s, neurons become stiff and communication slows down, leading to memory gaps and mental fog. In a major 2020 study from UCLA involving nearly 3,000 older adults, those who consumed walnuts regularly had 40% better memory scores and faster information processing speeds compared to those who didn't eat nuts at all. The study also found improvements in mood and stress response, both of which can directly impact how well we think and remember. To maximize the benefits, choose raw or dry roasted walnuts without added salt or sugar. Chop them into oatmeal, sprinkle over salads, or mix with dried fruits like raisins for a brain-boosting trail mix. Just remember that nuts are calorie-dense, so a small handful, about 7 to 10 walnut halves a day, is enough to give you the full cognitive benefits without overdoing it. If you have trouble chewing, soaking them overnight in water can soften them and improve absorption of nutrients. Number 2. Beets. This one may surprise you, but beets are an absolute powerhouse when it comes to improving brain function, especially in older adults. What makes beets so special is their high nitrate content. Nitrates help open up blood vessels, increasing blood flow throughout the body, including the brain. And more blood flow means more oxygen and nutrients reaching those fragile neurons. As we age, reduced blood flow to the brain is one of the first triggers of cognitive decline. That's why seniors often feel mentally slower or more forgetful, even if there's no obvious disease. A groundbreaking 2017 study from Wake Forest University looked at older adults who drank beet juice before exercise. Researchers found that these individuals had improved brain connectivity and blood flow in the frontal lobe, the area responsible for memory and decision-making. The changes were so pronounced, the researchers said the brains of these seniors looked younger on MRI scans, just from adding beets to their diet and staying active. To use beets for memory improvement, drink fresh beet juice first thing in the morning or before a walk. You can also roast them gently with olive oil and herbs, or blend them into smoothies with berries and a bit of lemon to cut the earthy taste. Avoid canned beets with added sugar or preservatives, as these cancel out the benefits. If you've never liked beets before, try golden beets. They're milder and just as nutritious. Add beet greens too. They're rich in folate, another brain-boosting nutrient. Number 1. Extra virgin olive oil. This isn't just cooking oil. It's a medicinal powerhouse for your brain. Rich in monounsaturated fats and polyphenols, olive oil reduces brain inflammation, repairs cell membranes, and flushes out toxic proteins that build up in the brain, like beta amyloid, which is strongly linked to Alzheimer's disease. Scientists now believe that this everyday kitchen staple could be one of the most important dietary tools for preventing age-related cognitive decline. The most shocking study supporting this came from Temple University in 2022. Researchers gave mice with signs of Alzheimer's extra virgin olive oil for just 3 months. The result? Their memory improved dramatically, and levels of toxic beta amyloid in the brain were reduced by 60%. In human trials, a Mediterranean diet rich in olive oil was associated with a 53% lower risk of Alzheimer's disease compared to standard Western diets. That's not a small benefit, that's a major protective effect. To get the full impact, the quality of the olive oil matters. Only cold-pressed, extra virgin olive oil retains the natural polyphenols needed for brain healing. Drizzle it raw over salads, use it as a dip for whole grain bread, or mix with lemon and garlic for a simple dressing. Avoid heating it at high temperatures, as this can degrade its powerful compounds. Even just 2 tablespoons a day can deliver significant brain benefits. And unlike supplements, olive oil is easy to work into meals, making it a sustainable daily brain protector. There you have it. Now you know the 9 most powerful memory-saving foods and how each one can help protect your brain, sharpen your memory, and even reverse early signs of dementia. But the key isn't just knowing them, it's actually putting them on your plate consistently. These aren't magic pills. They work over time through daily habits. That's how memory is preserved, not in a single moment, but bite by bite, every day. And if there's one food you absolutely should not skip, it's extra virgin olive oil. Its ability to reduce toxic brain proteins, repair neurons, and restore brain function is nothing short of remarkable. If you're over 60, this is the food you should be reaching for every day. And don't forget, protecting your memory is one of the most important gifts you can give yourself, because your memories aren't just pieces of information, they are pieces of you. Now, we want to hear from you. Which of these 9 memory-saving foods do you already eat? Which one are you going to start adding to your meals this week? Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.